Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, as the case may be, all across the globe and beyond. In this plane of existence and all the others, you've tuned into Exposed Tube Collective AM, your premier spot for conspiracies, occult knowledge, the supernatural, and everything else that lurks in the shadows. So grab yourself a drink and settle in as we begin our journey to the dark side.
What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Exposed to Collective Open Topics. We up in here. Katie Frizzo, Oakland Everything. Mimi, we send our shout out to Mimi, Oakland Everything, and Katie Frizz. What's up with it? We here doing what we do. Open topics. But before we start, we're gonna go ahead and read a manifestation card. These manifestation cards were, I don't know if they're actually created or she had somebody write them for her and they just, chop them and sit them to press so she can make a quick buck. Rhonda Byrne, the author of the book, The Secret, which is not really a secret. Let's see. What's up with it, Terps? And that was funny earlier, man, that sandwich. Hell yeah. Let me see, let's go ahead and shuffle these up. Do 3 cuts. If you guys want a tarot card reading, a little tarot card reading, go ahead and let me know. Let's go ahead and get this shit. Now, we gotta make sure we get this goal. Change your mind and change your life. No matter what you might have manifested, you can change it with one small positive thought and then another. Positive thinking and positive action, Rhonda, always add up to results. Cleanse your body, take care of your body, and you'll be all right. All right, everybody, send mines. Let's see, Katie Frizzo, Oakland Everything. What's up with it, Terps? We send ours. Good to have you over here. What's up with it, Factor 7G, Frank Thicas, OG Smalls, let's get it. Hey, man, over there on the Odie show, man, I had to disconnect everything. I had to try to fix some shit, man, but we here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Give me a second. Man, it was a long day. I woke up early, out and about, doing the thing. All right, what's up with it, Mike Murillo? We send ours. Egyptian Lover, let's get it. And drop the link. Anybody wants to jump on, go ahead and jump on. Open topics, what's been going on in America, around the world, as far as corruption, all the weird shit that corrupted government officials are up to, their little scandalous ways. Are the werewolves and vampires lurking outside in our backyards waiting to just jump and snap, take us to the undergrounds? What's up with it, Frank? How you doing, homie?
They're trying to take us to the brink.
Take us to the brink. Hell yeah. How you doing, man?
Hey, chilling,
Man, right
bro.
here. Hell yeah.
Chilling.
We on early tonight, so we'll be right here chilling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give everybody some time. They want to jump in, they could jump on with us. Talk about whatever was going on around everywhere.
Yeah. We've been stepping on them necks, keeping it real.
Hell yeah. Hey, last night, that shit was funny, man.
Well, I mean, I saw you were trying to go live, and I don't know what happened to you, bro.
Nah, I was live, and then I hit this shit right here, and it fucking went off. I just said, fuck it. I was like, man, I know Frank probably jump on that shit, so it's good. So, after that, I laid out, man, and he kept that shit up for a little bit, though.
Oh, he kept it up for like 6 hours, bro.
Yeah,
like most of the morning.
Yeah, because he was fucked up. He was drunk. He was drunk as fuck. So,
and you know what? No one's trying to save him, fool.
Yeah, no one's trying to save him no more. I'm not. Hey, all these, anytime people go on there and they're talking about I'm gonna certify this, and they're putting that's little kid shit, man. Not even little kid shit. You don't do that, man. You don't do that shit.
Yeah.
If you're everything that you claim to be, just don't worry about it.
And you don't gotta talk about it.
You don't gotta talk about it. Yeah. Let me see. Terps. Who's this? Rebuke the Prove. You want to jump on Rebuke the Prove? See your thumbnail. You could jump on, you know. One like that, you know. Representing everything with all those thumbs up right there. Try to be lazy all day. Trying to read all these right here. Yeah, man. Earlier, hey, did you hear Echo earlier, Frank?
Where on the right now on the oldies?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, bro, but not too much. And it was only for a little while.
Yeah, you know what? Because I was looking at it and I was like, damn, I had all kinds of tabs open, man. TikTok, Instagram, and
yeah,
I had 2 different YouTubes. I'm like, damn, I seen all that. The fuck?
Yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes.
Yeah. Let me see. Egyptian lover, what's up with it? How you doing? Stay away from stale pastrami. I think the government is trying to poison us with pastrami. Yeah, man. Pastrami is the meat of dogs. Dead dogs. Hey, what's up? How good? How you doing? We Sandars, hope you're doing good. Machete. Not usually able to tap into the collective, but tonight I've got time. ET Semi, that's right. Yeah, usually we jump onto the collective about 10:30, 11. You know, we got to stay
consistent.
It's a bitchin'. That's a bitchin'. Let me see. What's up with his Sooners? I'm a deadbeat dad. I ain't talking about that shit. Hell yeah. Sandar's homie all the time.
Hey, those fools didn't jump on today for anything, huh?
Shit, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I was like, fuck it. You know what? That fool's going through it, man. I mean, come on, every fucking day. Every day.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that shit. I can't, hell no, I mean, damn.
No, I can't drink that much. I'm not a heavy drinker, bro.
Nah, hell nah. See, it's like this is an alcoholic, right? No matter what that individual or any true alcoholic, they'll drink anything that they have.
Yeah.
Anything.
And you know what? They'll look at the percentage like of alcohol on shit.
Man.
Because they're trying to get the strongest shit to get the, because he'll say it. He's like, you know, he's trying to get that buzz quick.
Yeah, he's trying to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Let me check this out.
Paisa Lopez. Hey, what's up, Paisa Lopez?
Nice what's up, Paisa Lopez? Oh yeah, we're gonna chop it up a little bit, see if anybody else wants to jump in. When we hit like the 10, 12 mark, then you know, we'll go ahead and talk about whatever, man. Everybody got anything they want to talk about, go ahead and put it up in the chat.
You know what I saw today? I saw this like short clip. I think it was on Instagram. But there's a data center that's like right in the middle of this neighborhood, and I don't know if it was Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. But fuck, hey, the noise those motherfuckers make is 24/7, bro. Have you heard the noise that the data centers make?
They were talking about it.
Yeah, no, but you should like the noise that the data centers make is crazy, bro.
That shit loud as fuck.
Yeah, and it's 24/7. Let me see, data center sound. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna share it with you, bro. Sure, link.
Let me know which one it is. I'll put it up.
Yeah, it's just look at Atlas Power Data Center.
Okay.
Noise pollution. Man, that's loud as fuck, bro. Imagine, and it's 24/7. Imagine living around that place.
Yeah, man. Fuck
I'd be mad as fuck. Hey, what's up, Mike, Terps, everybody? OG Smalls, Oakland. Shout out to Oakland, man. That's my sister right
noise
there.
Pollution.
Yeah. Noise pollution.
Hold on. Let me put it up real quick.
Frizzle.
What's up, everybody in the chat? Let's go ahead and trip on this. All day, huh?
All day, bro. All day.
Fuck that.
Look, that's the decibels.
Yeah, man, all day, every day, right? So even they go somewhere quiet, it's weird to them.
Imagine going home and you think you can't relax.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a trip. I remember a while, like one time I was open, I was in this spot, a little sound, right? And there was this noise in the pipes. It just kept bink, bink,
Oh
bink.
yeah.
Hey, and that shit went on. And that's the thing in my head, man. I think these fools be trying to do that to fuck with people, right? But that shit get think, think. It's like, fuck, man. That shit used to get
Yeah.
on my fucking nerves.
It gets aggravating, man.
Yeah, then I just end up forgetting about that shit. Oh, man. Bison Lopez, that's right. Sooners. He woke up paranoid and had to start drinking to calm his nerves. He was MIA today. Back with 7G. That's a good thing, man. Fuck that punk.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't no turning back for the dude. There ain't no turning back for him. He's a straight alcoholic. He suffers from that, from alcoholism. Personally, fuck that fool. He could go ahead and shit. Man, drink some more liquor, fool. Just sit there, make your empty threats. Talking about come up to the third or fourth floor. The fuck, fool? You're not gonna crack that door. You're not gonna buzz me in, fool. That's the thing. You're not
Hey,
gonna
that
buzz
fool probably
nobody
has
in.
that fool probably has cameras all along the way.
Oh
Just
yeah,
watching.
that fool got like fucking 4 Ring cameras, man. 2 in the top, 1 to the east and the west,
And
2
one in the
straight
crease.
in the crease. Yeah, man. See, that's the thing though. He's not gonna crack the He's not gonna go ahead and let you in. And then, come on, man, going all the way up to the 3rd or 4th floor. They
Yeah.
will even drink rubbing alcohol. Eventually, they will. Let me see. Bison Lopez, Terps, Mike. Let me drop this away here. Come back over here, check this out. Yeah, man, I'll get tired of that shit being right there at the pad, having one of those data centers right there just all day. Couldn't do it.
Nah, you know what I fear, bro, and not so much fear, but I think that there might be some people that will like go out of their way to like make it stop, like blow that shit up. You know what I mean? Like
Hell
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised, bro. Like someone come in, they put some C4 under that shit and blah.
Yeah, for real. Hey, that's like people that be living next to on like where trains go by all damn day.
Oh,
The train
yeah,
stations.
yeah. Or
Be
close
kicking
to a
at 2 in the
hospital.
morning. Yeah, yeah, to a hospital. Also be asleep, man. You hear all the sirens all day. Like, damn.
Yeah.
You see this over here. Helga, we saying I also would like the secret to being immune to embarrassment. Oh,
Yeah,
you'll like
talking
the
about
secret.
fucking the weirdo that's in here.
Oh yeah.
The best bitch.
Oh yeah, so what's up, amigo? My shit, the data center stay loud 24/7, fans within, machines humming. That nonstop racket be wearing folks down like an engine that never shuts off. I mean, shit,
Well,
after a
so
while, man, you might come immune to that shit.
well, actually, right now they're starting some class action lawsuits against it.
Oh, okay,
So like
hell yeah.
so like a lot of the like this where they're close to neighborhoods, like the neighborhoods are complaining because it goes against like zoning laws, like how are they approved? You know what I mean? To make
Yeah,
so much noise. So yeah, there we'll see what happens, bro. But the thing is like what you're talking about, like the weird shit that goes on. Like the powers that be, like all they lobbied for that. Like, Bezos, fucking the Facebook fool, and all of them fools, they lobbied for these things, for these things to exist.
damn.
So that
They
that
set up
that
right
right
there.
there is like, how are you gonna go against it if the rich and powerful already like lobbied for that?
Yeah, hell yeah. They're probably trying to do that to buy them people out. They probably did try to buy them out.
Yeah.
So I can't even repeat what Joker was talking about last night to somebody. He says is his sister. Oh yeah, that's a trip. So bitching is into that vile. Yeah, eroticism. He is.
Eroticism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is into that shit.
Yeah, bro. I was tripping out because You know, I know you caught that on the live with fucking Beccasaurus and shit, but
Yeah,
man,
that was a trip.
and that's the thing is like, you know, like what I think is, imagine that's your like you go and visit, and you know the people you're visiting are online, and then you hear some dude talking like that to your wife. Fool. Like,
Oh, hey, I know. Hey, I was right there kicking it because I don't think fucking Gorda liked it. Nah, she didn't like that.
nah, hell no.
I would have been like, "What the fuck is that weirdo punk ass fool?"
Hell
And
yeah.
he
I
would have
would have
heard
found.
talking
I
that
would
shit.
have tried to
Hey,
find out.
he would have told you, what's your CDC number, Ray? Like, fuck you talking about, weirdo? The
Yeah,
fuck you
straight
talking
up,
about?
fool. But you know
Imagine
that's the
that,
thing.
man.
Yeah, that's the thing, fool. It's like, you know, when these fools are so reckless that they don't see like they're accumulating shit against them constantly.
Yeah,
You know,
I
they're
see it.
constantly like going out of pocket on fools, man, all the time. It's
That's it. That's all
crazy.
they do. I'm trying to find this
Yeah.
shit over here. I've been wanting some damn goat.
look,
I've been wanting
look at
some
this
goat.
idiot.
What
Look
happened?
at this idiot. Look at that trip of that
Oh
fool.
yeah, yeah. Damn. Oh yeah. See, he's one of those flunkies.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm bitching, right? So, I mean, your hero, man, he brags that he was over there just spilling his mind of squalor and his guts to IGI and ISU into the board hearing. He had to kiss ass. I mean, I guess, right? And that's how you look at it. He had to go and,
Yeah, but you know, look, so you know this comment right here. So to me, it's a trip because you know, imagine that you're in a team, right? Like you're in a, let's say you're in a baseball team, you're in the Dodgers, right? And you're all for the team, whatever. But then it just so happens that like on the biggest game, you know, or when you're supposed to shine for your team, you decide to, you know, allow the other team to pay you so that you know, so you're constantly striking out, so you don't make any hits, whatever. Like that's exactly what that fool did. Like what that fool
yeah.
did was like, you know, he's like, "Ah, fuck this team, you know, I'm just gonna do my own shit." So what are you talking about, Sebastian? Like, why are you asking me for that? Like, why are you asking me about that? You should be asking yourself is, why am I supporting someone that went against what I'm asking? You're asking me about an organization that fool went against. So what are you talking
Exactly.
about? Fucking stupid.
Over there jumping around with that other. See, like I said, man, when that fool supports that other weirdo that got slapped straight up, man. I mean, he really did. Fuck
Yeah,
them. So
fuck
check
them.
this out. Everybody in here, there were or a few people said that the AI data centers link to rare cancers.
Yeah.
So let me put this short on real quick.
Just in case you needed another reason to be concerned about AI and AI data centers are being linked to rare cancers. So it's not just the noise, the energy prices, the electrical fires, the destruction of the community, the decreased property value, the destruction of the local wildlife. It's also polluting their water systems.
Yeah.
And that pollution is being linked to cancer. It's leaching into the groundwater through the local water wells, and it's causing people to have their voice boxes removed. It's causing kidney cancer because it's violating the federal limit for nitrates in their drinking water. Right now, we are talking specifically about the Amazon data center located in Morrow County. And unfortunately, the Amazon data center has now saturated their groundwater with chemicals. I think
Yeah.
it's very clear that the residents of these cities do not want this. The people here in Michigan do not want this. And the data centers that already exist, the locals are furious about the damage that is being caused to their community. And these mega corporations like Amazon could not care less about the environmental damage they're causing, about the damage they're causing to human lives. We need to keep fighting this. This is a serious, serious problem.
Yeah, yeah. Amazon can, man. All them big corporations. I mean, they can give a fuck, man. They have investors they have to make money for. We
Yeah.
all know that it's been evident that's been going on. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's fucked up though when you fuck with people's water.
Yeah. Hey, what's
What's
up,
up,
hey man?
Hangman?
Hey guys, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing good,
Right on.
man.
I thought I'd jump on because you're talking about this stuff and share some other things with you. Well, I follow this guy, Nino Rodriguez. He was a heavyweight boxer, professional. I'm not sure if any of you guys know who he is. I'm pretty sure people like Smalls and maybe you guys do, Mike Morello. I watch his podcast, and he has a lot of interesting things to talk about. And he lives down there, I believe, near the border, near El Paso, and he was right there at the Rio Grande, and I guess parts of that river is dry due to the suction of water going to the data centers. And I mean, y'all are right regarding the water. I mean, it is being sucked dry away, into these data centers. It's actually it's crazy because we're already in a pretty big drought right here in the Midwest. I know that Lake Mead and Powell, I mean, they're at extreme lows right now. I've been following this for a little while now, and they're not really announcing it to the public, but those two lakes are freaking huge, and they're on real low status right now. I know that today I just watched something from a gentleman that I follow. His name is BP Earthwatch. I've been watching him for over 10 years, and he was reporting that they're afraid of mud flows now because of the lake level on Lake Mead being so low that the mud flows may start entering the turbines that fuel the power, which will be detrimental because it provides so much power to Vegas and other towns.
Yeah.
But this thing with the data centers is an issue. I find it. It's real bizarre right now, and some of you guys may or may not know, but a lot of the West is on fire right now. There's major fires going on all around. To extinguish those fires takes a lot of water in which we don't have right now. And I'll jump over to this other point where there's this company called Cadiz, Cadiz, if I'm not mistaken, and they've been trying to tap into the Mojave Aquifer for over 10 years plus. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a whole ocean of fresh water under the Mojave Desert. It's really bizarre. When you think of the desert, you don't think of water, but under the Mojave is a plethora of water. If I drill 100 feet down on my property, I'll hit water, and I'll have water forever. That's how. I mean, in other places, water in a great place, you can hit water like at 30, 40 feet. But for being in California and the desert, 100 feet ain't shit. But there's this company, like I said, I think it's called Cadiz, something like that. Well, they got the approval from the Trump administration to finally tap into the Mojave Aquifer. So there was this big gas line or pipeline that they're now going to use for the extraction of the water from the Mojave, which is going to greatly affect all the people's wells here. So like regarding what we were just talking about, with the data centers, people's wells are already going dry because the water table is dropping. Now, if you go down, like in my area, to get a well, a drill out here, to go down 250 to 300 feet, it's about $40,000. That's one of my dreams, is to have a well here, but I don't have that type of change hanging around. So like tomorrow I'm getting a water delivery. I have a 4,000 gallon tank and I pay $200 for that 4,000 gallons. I use that 4,000 gallons in a matter of 6 months. So my water bill is $400 a year. I get 2 deliveries a year, and that's plenty enough for the dogs and the chickens, which is really cool if you think about it. But yeah, this company Cadiz, they're going to be tapping into the Mojave Aquifer, pumping that water, taking precious prehistoric water from the desert, which is going to affect the springs that, like, your mountain goat and other animals, truly, survive on. All these prehistoric springs and stuff like that, those are going to be going away because they're going to be taking massive amounts of water. Why? For the majority, the reason is for the data center. And so this whole thing with the data centers, man, this shit is really crazy. It blows my mind, and I don't know what to say, man. It's an unfortunate thing that's going on here, and only time will tell what's actually going to happen moving forward. If you guys
Yeah.
understand where I'm coming from, you know?
Yeah, they're messing with the water and shit. What do you drink out of Hangman Stranger? You drink out of like water bottles or what?
Majority of the time, I drink out of water bottles because it's easiest for me. But the water I get delivered is totally drinkable. I trust it way more than tap water. Like every place I go to, and I open up that that tap, the spigot. A lot of the water is super foggy. When I was growing up, the water was never like that coming out of the tap. It
Yeah.
was clear. Now it's foggy. It looks dingy. It looks dirty. I used to love to drink from the water hose, man. But yeah, nowadays it's different. I trust the water that I get from my source more than I do the tap water, man. That's
Well,
the water I
Okay.
shower.
do you
The water I
expect?
shower with.
Do you, ex-
It's the
do you,
water I give my chickens. It's the water I give my dogs. It's pumped from a well right underneath Wrightwood over here, and I like it, man. The only reason why I drink out of bottles is because it's just so convenient to put those bottles in my freezer, freeze them, take them with me to work, for lunch, and then drink them. So, but I really should be drinking the well water because it's higher in pH, from what I understand. Higher pH is better for the human. And I need to get serious about that. I need to start drinking the well water, honestly.
do you
Yeah.
think the price is going to go up on that well water though?
you know, from what I understand, there's no data centers going up around here, although I'm not 100% sure. My guy's pretty good, man. He lives back here in the desert with me. He has a water truck, and he's told me, he knows I'm not a rich man. He told me, like, man, I'm gonna keep it at $200 for you for the load, man. And so I was like, all right, but I'll see if things change. Like this, if things start happening with the water, the utility, everything that we're talking about. If it does go up, I'm going to have to understand. You know what I mean? And I think the price of water will get more expensive, and it's just a precious commodity now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, like out here in the desert, not everybody has a well, so you got to get your water trucked in, and water's necessary. Just like ET said, you're fucking with the water. That's some heavy shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Have
So
you seen,
we'll,
have you seen
yeah.
that movie
Yeah.
Rango, that animated movie?
I have not. I heard about it, but I have not seen it.
Okay, yeah, there's the whole like premise, the plot of it revolves around water. But yeah, I mean, water is the next big commodity after information, you know.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though? What you said, Hangman Stranger, there's other places around the world, man, and they have polluted water, and that's all they have.
Oh, I know.
And
I know.
it's unfortunate. It's fucked up. Like me, I use copper on water bottles. I use it, so
Oh yeah, me too. That's what I take daily to work. I put the bottled water into the copper bottle. I don't know how much that helps, but I definitely at work. I'm drinking out of the copper bottle. Everybody's looking at me like, what is that? I'm just like, that's my copper bottle.
hey, you know what?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, because I still have mine. A lot of people, I was happy I didn't carry it, but sometimes I'll be like, hey, does that really work? Like, what does what really work? Oh, the copper on the bottle. I said, what do you mean? They go, I heard it's good for this and good for that. I said, hey, well, go buy one and I'll start drinking with it for about a month to see if you feel different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It could be even if it's like a sleight of mind. You know what I mean? Then, hey,
I
And I was also gonna.
sleight of minds help sometimes. It's like
yeah, it does.
your
Like
own
the
Jedi
the
mind
placebo
tricks.
effect. Yeah, the placebo effect and all that shit.
Well, I
Hey,
mean, I don't know if you guys remember or recall or ever seen, but like the Native Americans, the majority of their jewelry is copper, and
everything's copper.
they're in high belief that the copper is good, and they also have like the copper, like if you have issues with your knee or anywhere they have those straps, they're like they're made with copper. And I do believe that copper is some type of conduit between us and the copper that actually helps in some certain way. I haven't did the research, but I do firmly believe that, honestly.
But also, I'm gonna tell you this, right? So I'm always gonna maintain this, man. You gotta at least try to clean your body. You can't. A lot of people think they could take one thing and it's gonna just
Absolutely.
be a quick fix. That's what I'm saying. So when you said that right now, it's like if you're exercising properly, you're not taking in a bunch of bullshit, then yeah, I mean, it's gonna benefit you.
No, you're absolutely right, Et. Honestly, and I wish I could say, hey, I'm doing all these different things, but I need to massively discipline myself. Honestly, just
I mean, yeah,
especially
because
moving forward, like with all the
yeah,
shit food that we have, all the processed food, everything that we're given, medicines, everything. It's like we got to do our part to make it happen.
yeah,
And I appreciate when you speak about all that stuff, man. It's actually a kick in the ass, and it gets me thinking.
Look, I'll tell you one thing about like me. I'm not a very I'm not very big on pharmaceuticals. Like I avoid them as much as I can. I
hell
Of
yeah,
don't.
course,
Yeah, I try not to take painkillers or antibiotics unless it's like really really like out of hand. You know what I mean? But I just think that as long as you're working out, you at least take a walk, drink water, get some motion in your bones and in your joints, your breathing, like getting your breathing right. You should be okay, man. But yeah, it is necessary to stay active, bro. What I was thinking though is that what might be necessary in the future is to buy them. You know how they have those straws that like filter out shit, like
yeah. I
yes,
got
of
one. I got a
course.
couple. Yeah, I got a couple right here.
yeah, that's gonna be Mando.
Yeah, the
You know.
filters. Yeah, um, I got one a while back. She was kind of expensive though, but I bought it
Yeah.
anyway. I bought it anyways. I got a couple of them. You never know. Um,
Lifesaver.
Sooner said my old neighbor just to use a copper thing to clean his pool water instead of using chemicals and shit. Yeah, because
Nice.
the water becomes ionized, and that's the same thing when you drink out of it, and it does purify the water. It does a lot. That's good shit though.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna also bring up regarding what I was talking about like Lake Mead and Lake Powell. There's like I said, there's the turbines there that provide a lot of power to many cities downstream. If those power systems shut down, like for instance, out in Arizona or Vegas, in the nighttime, well, the whole day, through in the day and the night, they put their air conditioners on. We need a place if we're living out here in the desert to go and escape away from the sun. And let's just say if you don't have that opportunity, you're going to get hot. Your body, your radiator is not going to be able to keep it cool. So you expect the night to cool down. If there's no power coming out of those generators, so that way humans can keep their air conditioners on in the night, they're not going to be able to recharge overnight and cool their cores down. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you're going to start seeing, deaths from the heat strokes, etc. So those generators, they need to stay on. If they turn off, power's going to turn off. People are not going to be able to stay cool. It's going to be an issue, man. And that's why I suggest, solar in different ways, so people can
Stay cool. How like air conditioning?
Well, basically, if let's just say you're out in the desert all day, and then you come out, you go home, and you want to, go into a cool place. You need to cool your core overnight. If you stay hot the whole time, it's going to create heat issues, heat ailments for the human. You know what I mean? People need to be able to go to a place and recharge in the cool as opposed to staying hot the whole time. You know what I mean? So if power shuts off, people are not going to be able to, especially the elderly, babies, they're not going to be able to stay cool. There needs to be that power, to be able to cool the core down of, for the human body. So it's going to be like a domino effect. If, we start losing water, then we lose our power. You know what I'm saying? And then there's going to be, a loss of power. That means a loss of air conditioning. And, people die. There's a lot of deaths in Arizona because people are not able to stay cool in the air conditioning area at some certain point in time throughout the day or night. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you need that overnight time at least, to sleep and recharge the body, keep it cool, and get back out there. If there's no time period to cool the core, then some people are going to be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So let's hope that.
Yeah, let's go back 100 years though.
Yeah.
People didn't have this shit. And that's what I want to look at, though. I want to look at how people were surviving. I mean, how they survived. They did it 100 years ago. I think we just got I think we got comfortable. I think
That's
humanity
true.
has just
I-
got
I-
comfortable.
But you know what?
That's
Though? But you know what?
I think. Go ahead.
Let me just interject there. There was a lot more vegetation though.
Yeah.
You know, so like vegetation, trees and plants and being able to have mountains full of trees and plains full of, you know, plants and things like that. Jungles, like, you know, we already know what's going on in the Amazon, you know, and that's like one of the biggest lungs of the
Yeah.
world, of, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
so yeah, so when we're talking about like what was going on 100, maybe 200 years ago, deforestation wasn't as bad, you know, and the minute that you start, I gave you guys an example, like here at my house I got trees, right, but I had to cut the branches off of one of the trees because it had got like it was out of hand, right, so I cut off the branches, we brought it down a little bit, but it provided no shade for about 4 or 5 months. And the sun, when it hit the concrete here in my yard, it would reflect. So it was hot, man. Like it was like there was a mirror on the floor, you know, like it was that bad. So like you couldn't really look down. You know that you can go blind in the snow because of the sun
Yeah.
hitting the snow. So it was very like a similar effect to where the cement was reflecting the sun and it was hot. Now the trees grown back, the branches have grown back, so it's all good. But you know, this is just like a small scale. This is just my house. Now imagine you're cutting down thousands and hundreds of acres of fucking trees. You know, and the trees, the foliage, the green of the trees absorbs the heat. Like it doesn't reflect the light back into, you know, into outer space or into the sky, whatever. So when it absorbs it, it helps cool off the earth. But if the sun rays are hitting like rock or hitting cement, and that light is bouncing back into the sky right away, like there's no cushion of trees where it absorbs it, then that's how you get it to be hotter and hotter and hotter. So the more cement structures, the more cities that are built, the more that we deforest and all of these things, the hotter it gets, the less resources we have. You know, it's a
Sure.
fucking vicious cycle.
Very true. Very true. And let me take.
Sooner
Go
say
ahead.
sleep below ground. Yeah, you can always get
This is
cool.
true.
Or
But
buy
This
a
is true.
people?
buy a casket.
Yeah. What about people that lived in like in the desert 50 years ago, 100? But see, that goes down to they get used to it. I think it comes down to their bodies adapt.
Yeah.
I think it's very true because I lived out here in the desert, without an air condition for about 4 years. It was brutal. I mean, it was fucking brutal. And I'm not even in the hottest desert, but let me piggyback off of what Frank was saying. Migration is what happened a lot back in the day as well. So like
Yeah.
around this area, the natives would in the summer go back up into the mountain, where there were still streams and more game, more wildlife. And when it got too cold up in the mountain, they would come back into the lower high desert or the lower desert portions and just kind of migrate, So that's kind of one way to look at it. But ET, you're right. There's been prehistoric deserts out there where people, were out there in the, no man's land. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Yeah, no, it's long story short, like, I hope that, the power doesn't go out, for our elderly people, for people that are sick or whatnot. But beyond that, man, all I can do is keep my fingers crossed in hopes that things are going to change. But at this point, it's looking pretty grim. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what I always say, right? Like when people drive down the street, you got trees lined up. Man, you look outside, all those trees, all that shit were planted there by man. That's how shit's fake, man. We live in
For sure.
we live in a backdrop, man. All this shit, man. Every time you walk out your door, you look around, they don't think. I think about that shit. I used to always think about it like that tree right there. That shit they didn't build society around these trees. Shit all fake and shit. What about this? He's saying people at Slab City, California survive in 120 plus heat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Theres people they have no choice. I mean,
And it's you know, like there's deaths there. You know, I've followed Slab City for many years, and every year there's deaths. You know, heat related deaths. And they'll tell you, you know,
you're always gonna get that though.
of course, it's harsh. It's harsh. You know, down there is the lower desert. I live in the higher desert, and it's way fucking hotter down there. Way fucking hotter down there. I would have never fucking going off grid down there unless I had a lot of money to get solar and air conditioning. Fuck all that shit, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it's rough enough up here for me, brother. You know.
Yeah. What's up, Ghost? For sure. Oh. So Jay Slaughter. Harp. That AG. Let's see. Ghost. What's the weather over there where you're at right now, Hangman?
It's a balmy 84 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Balmy 84. You know, it's actually like, because there's no sun beating down on you, like you can go outside and have no shirt on, and it's actually pretty cool. You know, that's what I kind of like about summer night. You can go outside, not have a shirt on. It's actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? But like, you know, once that sun comes up, you know, yeah, man, it sucks. You know, it sucks. So, but it is how it is. You know what I mean? You know, like I have a friend, you know, she lives out in the Stern Valley. I used to live out there too. And, you know, we were talking the other day. She's like, hey, it's a rough life out here. I go, I get it. Not many people would be able to do it. You know what I mean? But honestly, I see more and more people starting to come off grid, you know, just because, you know, the times right now, economic times are very hard. So people, seems like, are making the choice, or just, you know, not having a choice to come out here and be like, hey, well, my uncle owns this 5 acres. He's letting me stay there, or I'm going to buy these 5 acres. It's, you know, $5,000, etc. You know, but not as much as, you know, like it sounds, you know what I mean? I just see far and few popping up. Wow. You know, like there's people starting to move out here, you know?
Yeah. So, hey, you know how to skin animals and shit? You know how to hunt?
You know, honestly, you know, that's something that I haven't got much into, which is a really big deal, honestly. But there's nothing to skin out here, man. The only thing I can skin are my chickens, and that's the last thing that, you know, that I want to do. But I'll make it. You know, I got a guy behind me who you know, does carnitas and pigs and stuff, and so, you know, if worst came to worst, you know, he'll show me. You know what I mean? But honestly, it's something that not only me, all of us should know how to do. You know what I mean? You know, I wish I've
never done it, but if I have to do it, I'm doing it.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit, hey, you're gonna have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, I'm just saying, say you had to go up to the mountains and escape and just be out there and just.
Hey, look, man, look, that's one of the things, one of the conversations that I've had with my family and kids. We watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of, you know, movies of, like, you know, post-apocalyptic and shit, and just like think like, wow, you know, if this were to happen, what would we need to have? So, you know, one of the things is being able to fucking have at least a garden, bro. At least being able to plant some fucking tomatoes and carrots and shit.
That I can do.
Yeah,
that I can do. I can grow. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then, you know, and if you can hunt, that's cool. If you can cook, that's cool. Not just cooking, like we've talked before, like being able to preserve things either in salt or smoke, you know, smoke things so they can last and shit, like dry up shit, pickle shit. Like, you know, these people are going to talk about pickling again.
Oh yeah.
But you know, yeah, but I mean, you gotta know all of these things, like how to make jams, you know, to make shit resistant and last for a long time. But then again, you have to believe in the properties of glass. Like, are you going to use glass containers? You know, like
you gotta use glass. Gotta use glass.
You know, what type of salts and shit like that, spices. So I think that going off grid is a lot more than just, you know, like disconnecting. You have to acquire a bunch
it's schooling, man. Yeah. It's schooling. I mean, you gotta take care of business. Like ET said, like I think we were on a prior collective months ago. Like, you know, I'm not truly off grid. I just don't have utility. You know, I still go to work. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, like a lot of these YouTubers, all these off gridders or whatever, like they're up there in like in a green area where there's big game. It's cooler. You know, that off grid, type of
Yeah,
shit is
yeah.
easier than to off grid in the fucking desert. So off grid in the fucking desert takes a lot of fucking skill, knowledge. You know, it's just rough, man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna telling you guys right now. I couldn't even begin to fathom how to figure out how to start that because I got to go back and forth to work to make that money to be able to feed the dogs and the chickens and you know to keep afloat, etc. You know, and you know, like, again, I watch a lot of these off grid channels, and I'm like, shit. Me and my buddy, we talk. We're like, shit. We live out here. There's nothing to fucking hunt. You know what I mean? Like, there's no water sources close by. What? You know, so that's why I think I even told you because like I kind of want to do you know my channel where I'm showing you how it would be to do an off grid from the desert and asking people how would you do it? Like how give me some suggestions. How can I do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy, man. But
Yeah, there's
you
people out
know,
there that got compounds. Look, he said I'll start at the feet about a rabbit. How I was taught, right? And we did it. You get that little when you get the rabbit, you know what I mean? You lop the head off, let all the blood drip out, cut off the paws, cut that shit, rip it. Look at this dude right here. He does it in 30 seconds. Check it out. Let's see him.
get that green grass.
He does it in 30 seconds. Let's see.
I'm on my boat on the old stone. Know that river take you anywhere that you wanna go.
Oh, he bit that shit, man. That's wrong.
But don't get caught in the mud when the tide gets low.
Might have been a bit over 10 seconds there, but she was damn close.
Man, that's vision. Who bit the shit? Ripped it.
Beautiful country behind him. Beautiful green country behind him.
That's a
Beautiful.
straight bushwhacker. That's
That's
a
a
bushwhacker.
bushwhacker right there. Hey, I didn't expect that fool to bite that shit.
Hey, listen. One time we were coming, like I was driving up from, we were coming from church, man. I was driving home, and we saw this dude, like this bum, right, like walking down the street with a live pigeon in his hand, and he was ripping the feathers off of it with his mouth, bro. Like he was just,
Damn.
yeah, it's you know. But hey, man, hunger's a motherfucker, bro. Like,
Hey, I'm over here thinking, oh, they do it all cool, do the hand, you know, cut the paws off, skin them all. That fool's hell bit that mother.
yeah.
Hey, that fool ain't fucking around. That's
Hey,
survival right there. He was
that's
hungry.
survival though, you know. But see, and that's where you got to think though, because you know how people will always give you that scare, like that certain animals have rabies,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
have this, and I think that a lot of that
Scare tactics.
is blown out of proportion so that you don't learn how to do that shit.
Scare tactics. That's the government. Fucking
so
saying,
that
watch
you
out
don't
for
learn
watch
how
out for
to
that.
survive on your own. So you're dependent
Exactly.
on the state, on the government, man. That's why you
Hey,
got to
Dinka,
learn, bro.
I was gonna tell you, you know, like it's you know, especially you know how you were saying like you need to know how to grow and stuff like that. You know, I always hear this, you know, with off gridders or just like you know people that are conscious. You know, there's only so much you can grow. You know what I mean? You know, it depends on your water source, the time that you have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can grow a garden, but man, it'll be probably I could like if I knew how to can and all that stuff, I could probably grow a garden for maybe a month's worth of food. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm going to need help. I'm going to need more time, more space, more fertilizer, etc. You know, everything that I think that we speak about is easier said than done. You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely
In the
right.
the right setting, like the gentleman right there who was feeding that rabbit. Man, look at that beautiful country he had behind him. That was all fertile soil. I'm pretty sure there's water sources around him. Big game. You know what I mean? Like, man, you could really take care of
But
business.
you know what? Hey, man, people, you can drop somebody off right there in the middle of a forest. They can have streams. They can have all of that shit, and they'll still die because they don't know how to fucking.
Oh no, for sure. No, I got you on that. No doubt.
No, what
You
I was
know?
going to tell you is like I think one of the key things that you have to have is like a way to filter water, like to use water in a way that you're using it to its full potential. For example, if you have like a bathroom, like you're off grid, right? Like you have a bathroom, everything that's wastewater goes through a fucking
Gray water.
filter. Yeah, all that gray water goes through a filter that then you can use to water plants and other shit. You know what I mean? So
This is true.
Yeah, so there are like that's what I'm saying. I mean, going off grid isn't just going off grid. Just I'm just gonna fucking go out there in the wild on my own and shit. You got, you know what I mean. You got to really
Say
like
be beast man.
fucking go hunt rabbits and bite them and shit like this.
Bite that shit was- Hey, Hangman, there's a lot of people that have shit online. They in the desert. They're showing some people they out there raw, man. Arizona. It's a lot of them.
I know. I've seen a lot of them, man. You know what I mean? And everybody's situation is different. You know what I mean? People
that's what I'm
sometimes
saying,
co-op.
yeah.
Some people go with 20,000, 30,000 cash. Some people have what their parents left them or whatnot. But
the ones you want to look at are the ones who straight went from nothing. I mean,
Exactly. There's not many.
No, but what I'm saying, did they really go from nothing? I don't know. You want
I
to
don't
see
think
those?
so.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't-
so. But
see,
the
I
only
don't
ones
think
that did, you want to look at that'll be like people.
Yeah,
that
you're
still
right.
live like in pueblos and shit, but not over here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know what? And let's be real, bro. And I know people don't like to talk about shit like colonization. I know people, don't like to talk about it, but the reality is that they learned a lot of these things from the people that were on the land already. The
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
indigenous. They showed them how to plant, showed them how to hunt, showed them how to do what to do, and they moved them out of the territory, and they just did what they used to do. So, remember like back when they used to talk about like Davy Crockett, and they
Yeah.
had like the coonskin caps and all that shit.
Look.
Yeah, like they used to use everything of the animal, and now they attributed it all to Davy Crockett, but that fool learned from the fucking indigenous.
Native.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he was out there like
Oh, yeah.
hunting, doing and trapping with them. So it does require that someone that has the knowledge to put you up on game. That's always the best way, to have a mentor in that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. An elder, to show you the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Hey, look, Factor 7G, he said, that's the caveman Viking in that fool biting the rabbit. Yeah, man, that's.
Let me tell you that the harvesting of rabbits is one of the best farming animals that you can do, because they reproduce so quickly. It doesn't take much to raise them, and they provide good meat. So rabbits is a great thing to get into. Like chickens is not as great as rabbits, but rabbits, yeah, if you can get into rabbits, they produce quickly. They provide meat. You can get your money's worth, and that's a great farming aspect for sure.
Yeah, but you know what? Though, like, here's the thing, though. He didn't talk about how to cut that little dude open, right? Because if you hit the gallbladder, that could spoil everything.
Oh yeah.
See, that's one thing people do not realize when you do that. I mean, when you open it, so I mean, that fool's gonna bite him open. He really knows how to take that shit out, right? Like that, right? But man, I'm gonna slice it off. Yeah, he does. I'm gonna slice it.
But there's certain organs that can fuck it all
Yes,
up.
because if you
Right.
hit that, if you hit the gallbladder and it bust, that's you gotta throw that shit away. You gotta go back and
Right.
get another one. Yeah, that's the main thing right there. You want to make sure you get all those organs out, throw that shit out, clean that motherfucker if you could. If you're out there, man,
Like,
make a little
like-
fire. Cook
Like,
'em.
check it out, guys. Like with chickens, like you want hens, because they produce the eggs. If you get too many roosters, they're gonna step all over the hens. That's what we call them, stepping on them. When they start mating with the hens, and they'll start killing the hens because there's so many roosters that are trying to get their piece of the action. So, for instance, I got a lot of roosters. You know what I mean? I have to put them to the side. I have more roosters coming for this next season. I have a plethora of fucking chickens right now, and this coming basically winter, I'm going to see how many roosters I have. It's necessary for me. I'm going to have to find somebody that can butcher them, or I'm going to have to give them away, because the roosters having too many is going to fuck the flock up. You know what I mean? So, like, if I have 100 hens, all I need is 6 roosters to make sure that they all get impregnated. Make sure that they're all going to be able to have baby chicks the next year. I forgot what the word is right now. I'm pretty sure one of you guys know. Yeah, just having too many roosters with your flock can really ruin it. So that's why, like, when you're really doing the real chicken deal, okay, once you have a bunch of roosters, you're going to harvest those roosters or give them away. But you're gonna eat those roosters. And my cochins, I raise a big breed. They call them like the backyard turkeys. So this next year, because I had too much heart, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I was fucking weak in the knees. But this year, the last couple years, I've seen the mistakes that I've made. So this year, I'm just gonna have to take these beautiful roosters and take them to a butcher or learn myself and take care of business because they're ruining the next generation.
Or train
these
them
are
to
things that
fight.
I'm learning along
Train
the
them
way.
to fight.
What'd you say?
Train them to fight. Have your little cockfights.
Fights.
You know what? Honestly, I'll tell you guys right now. I know it's a big part of the culture, but I don't dig that shit, brother. I don't dig it.
I'm bullshitting you, bro.
Nah, he's
Yeah, I know you are. I know you.
He's clowning. Yeah. Hey, look at this.
But yeah.
It's fucked up how the USA has more and more laws that change when it comes to hunting and fishing. A lot of rules, etc. Yeah, they want people to get those licenses. Pay more money on it and shit.
You can't even fucking harvest water.
They also there's also times in which you can, times in which you can't, because you have to let the animals grow. You have to let them the babies grow to a certain. They have to be a certain height. Yeah,
that's a great point, though. That's a great point because that does make sense to an extent. Because now that we're so overpopulated, like for instance, if we had a natural disaster and people were starting to, we need to go hunt. Like the San Gabriel's right here. Big Bear. On the other side of Big Bear, it's all of San Bernardino and that whole city. There's a shit ton of people down there. On the other side of the high desert, there's a shit ton of people. Apple Valley, Hesperia, Victorville, etc. Palmdale, Lancaster. Where do you think those people are going to try to go to go get food? They're all going to climb up to those mountains and they're going to depopulate everything that's up there.
No, hey, Hangman, they're not going to do that shit. If that were to happen, everybody in local cities, they don't even know how to wipe their ass right. You think they're going to go try to hunt?
Hey, man, I think that well, you know what? Personally, my opinion, I think there's a lot of guys that do know how to do that enough to the point where they're going to be like, shh, don't worry about it. I'm going to go up there and we're going to take it.
I'm a little bit of a pessimist. I do hope for the best, but I always prepare for the worst. And one of the things that I can tell you is a lot of people think they're ready until they have to be ready.
Exactly.
And once they face the reality of what it is to go out there, hunt, and to be because at that point you become an apex predator. You're no longer just a human working a 9 to 5. Now you are out there and you become part of the environment. You're out there and now you're going to affect the whole fucking ecosystem of whatever, because now you're placing yourself as a hunter, but then you can also be the hunted depending on where you're at. So being able to deal with that, going for days without a hunt, being able to go gather water. Not everyone's built for that. You can have someone that looks like they're in good shape, they do exercise, whatever. They might not survive out there for about a month. They might not. So I think that part of it is a mentality too. You have to adopt that mentality of it. I gotta just stay on top of everything and be that fucking apex predator. You have to, because look at all of the what were considered wild men back in the day. All of these men that went out into the mountains to just rough it out, they were considered wild men. They didn't even live amongst other people because they were so animalistic in the ways that they carried themselves. So that you have to have a change of psyche, I think, to be able to do it.
You know what? I agree with you. You know what I mean? I understand where you're coming from. There's just so much population on both sides of this mountain. The mountain right here that the San Andreas follows right here, down here in Southern California, this mountain range is small. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of people, especially now in this day where you have YouTube, where people have been studying that are getting ready for stuff like this. I think you're going to find enough people to go up there and damn near take the population of animals out. That's my opinion. Now, if you're going up further to the Sierras, Kern River up there, Mineral King, all that up there is a much bigger mountain range, many ridges. You know what I mean? That's the wild land right there. Right here, this ain't shit, brother. Big Bear right here, Wrightwood, you know, all this mountain range right here ain't nothing, bro. You know what I mean? So I think there's going to be plenty enough people from both sides of the mountain that are going to rush up there that do know. There's a lot of hunters, you know, that come from the Southern California area, straight up. They travel all the way up to like Trinity, Humboldt County, and all that stuff, where
Hold
it's
on, let me tell you
completely
though. Let me
mountainous.
ask you, Hangman. There ain't no 10,000. There ain't no 10,000 hunters that are gonna go up there. You probably have a couple hundred, probably maybe.
I don't know, man. You know, I don't know about 10,000, but I don't know.
A
I
couple
just,
hundred might go, but I don't even think that, like Frank said, a lot of people don't sit there and they want to talk about, you know, survival. We got to go up there. First of all, man, just go to your local cannery, man, and go buy that survival food, man. Store that shit, you good.
that's the easy way out for sure.
No,
No,
I mean, straight
I
up.
do that too.
No. I mean, no, you gotta do that. But when it comes down to hunting, man, I'm
I
telling
just
you,
think it's a change of lifestyle, you know.
yeah,
Because once you have to go out there, like once you truly decide to leave, because a lot of those hunters are seasonal hunters. You know that's
Yes.
what they
Yeah.
don't do it to survive. They do it more for sport. It's all about getting the big game. You know, the clean shot. It's a sport, but it's not. And even though they may eat the game that they hunt, it's not like they're constantly out there hunting to survive and to eat. You know.
yeah.
Now there are obviously that category of people out there, but I think that those people are already out there living in the wildlife. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, they don't have to adapt. They've already adapted.
yeah. They said, OG Small said some rooster tacos. Hey, we're gonna go hunting, man. We're gonna get some bears and make some bear paw tacos, man. Shit.
Hungry breath tacos,
Hey,
man.
no,
You know,
but look, that's the thing. There's a lot of people who look at these off-grid channels, right? They might get a couple 100,000 views. People, they look at it and they live through that shit vicariously. But if it really came down to it, they ain't gonna do shit.
I understand where you're coming from, Et. You know, growing up, you know, with just my surroundings, you know, even when I lived down below, you know, in Sela down there, like I had brother-in-laws, you know, that were, you know, that were fucking down, and other friends that were down to fucking go hunt, and they knew how to skin, they knew how to do this, and they were fucking manly motherfuckers. That were, you know, I know a great handful of people that'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go fucking do what I gotta do. You know, tough enough to fucking go stick the elements out and fucking take care of business. And I have a small circle. So that's why I slightly disagree on what you guys are saying. But, you know, hopefully not. Hopefully they won't decimate the population of animals up there if shit hits the fan, you know?
Look, you know, a handful of people. You could take. I'm
Personally.
telling you, it's not going to be a couple hundred people. It might be a couple hundred people. Not everyone's going to do that shit. You got to understand. You got America. You're just talking about Big Bear and man. We're talking about America. We're talking, man. You can go anywhere. You can go all the way toward the other. I don't know what's on the other side that way, going toward that way, but.
Well, you know, if the grid shuts down, there's not going to be no gas. You're going to only have a certain amount of gas to go a certain, you know, amount of miles. So people are going to travel up to these mountains in their backyard. You know what I mean?
So here it goes again, everybody. If the grid ever went down, which I don't think I'll be out of my lifetime, if it ever goes down, make sure you have your survival food, stack up. So
Yes.
you don't have to be one of those people jumping
For sure.
in a truck. You know what I mean? Going up to the mountains and go hunting for bears and fucking.
Hey, just so you
mountain
know,
lions.
just so you know, I just want to share this. This is just a number. People that are living off grid in the states that are like roughing it is 0.07 to 0.1% of the population.
Yeah, it's
So,
nothing.
yeah, so it's an estimated 180,000 to 250,000 individuals. So out of all of the population in the United States. So I think it's a lot harder than, you know, what we can imagine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike? How's it
What's
going,
up,
bro?
Mike?
Hey,
How
Mike.
you doing, homie?
How you doing, brother?
Right here, chilling, man. We over here talking about survival. The grid goes down. Damn. What do we do?
Well, ET, sounds like you're really stacked up with all the good stuff, man. Hell yeah, man. I'm
hell no,
proud of
I'm
you,
not
man.
stacked up. Nah, I'm not stacked up. Hell no.
I think.
Wish I
I mean,
was.
I think it would be hard for any of us, even if you're like slightly prepared.
Yeah.
To just all of a sudden depend off of like the land, like living off the land is
Oh, it's gonna be a shit show. If that happens, it's gonna be a shit show, and let's hope that it doesn't. You know what I mean? And I don't lose no sleep over it any day, bro. Every day, I do what I got to do. And when I hear about like Armageddon or shit happening like with the grid, I'm like, fucking bring it already. I'm fucking tired of fucking all these scare tactics. Fucking bring it already. I'm
Damn,
fucking
he's like,
tired of it.
bring it. Hell nah,
You
he's gonna
know?
bring that shit.
bring kingdom come.
Yeah, I'm just tired of like all the scare tactics and all.
Yeah, that's why I look. All we can do, bro, seriously, is just day by day. It's like everything is day by day because
Yeah.
we really don't know until shit happens, and when shit happens, then it forces us to act. Unfortunately.
Well, for me personally, personally, with my opinion, like I'm good with my creator. So it's like, hey, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? And I'm just staying in the cut here, doing my best. And for me, that's why I choose to gather bullets and have enough firepower. If shit hits the fan, I gotta fucking protect me and mine, and you know what I mean, and hopefully be able to pull through it. You know what I mean? And I'm doing my best to just to fucking, try to get to that point where, I can keep my head above water if anything happens, whatever happens. You know what I mean? Because you hear about so many things. We all have YouTube. We all, I'm pretty sure, follow certain things. We all hear certain things. And I just get a little irritated. I'm like, oh, fuck all this shit. Fucking bring it already. The big earthquake. Fucking Armageddon or whatever. Fucking let's do it already. I'm tired of it, honestly.
Hell nah. They could keep that shit. They could keep those scare tactics also. They can keep all that shit to them. They can have it. I mean, they can have it, like they wanted a sandwich, pickle in the middle, and their pastrami and whatever the fuck they want.
Hey, man. Hey, so don't. Hey, let's not talk down on the pastramis now.
Nah, fuck all that. Hey,
No, what I
they
think-
can have that.
What I think though is that once again, it's like we don't know, bro, until it happens. And I'm just glad that right now it's not happening. I'm glad that I'm cool
Yeah.
right now. I'm right here chilling, talking to Mike Morello, talking to Hangman, ET. We so far so good. So far we're able to do this. If one day we're not able to, then we'll figure out what we got to do. But until that time, we do have to, stay vigil. That's why we're looking at these things, right? Like the data centers, things that could create an issue. It's important to keep those things in mind, but in the meantime, we just got to keep rocking and rolling with the instruments we got right now.
all this information that is, whether it's true or not, everything that's coming through, it's up to the individual to be able to mathematically just determine like what is real, what's not, and just make the best choice out of all of it. You know what I mean? And I personally, I wish for the best. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I just get tired of all the bullshit fucking scare tactics. Like, fuck it, bring it already. And I'm sorry that maybe it doesn't sound right, but I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm tired of it. Fuck it.
Red Dawn is. Hey, we're gonna title this one the Red Dawn episode.
Red Dawn.
The Red Dawn Collective.
Hey, is that you, Mike? Can you hear us now or what? Spider.
Mike, can you hear? No, you can't hear us. His mic. He's had himself on mute.
Man.
Let me see. Michael 7G is going to happen. Israel has already threatened to use nuclear weapons on any country that tries to stop them in their BS. I mean, they always say that shit. Fact on Israel, the puppet state of U.S. oligarchs. All the game. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I call that shit the great DPs, the great demoralization process. That shit does not enter my mind. I have like a protective barrier around my mind. Bullshit does not enter. It does not enter. It's like, I'm not affected by that shit. But it's
You know what, ET? I can appreciate that. I can appreciate your mindset, and I really do. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's just all about survival, man. Like I just gotta every day I gotta get up, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta make sure that I bring a little cash in to make sure that dogs and the chickens, we can survive and have food. And every day that's where my mindset every day is just on strictly survival, man. Strictly survival. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I just need to make sure that I keep on breathing every day, get up every day and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
agree, but I see it I see it both ways, right? I see it like it's good to be aware. It's sort of
You got to
like,
be.
yeah, it's sort of like, look, I may not know everything, but I know where to look for it. And I think that as long as you have the mentality of, I just need to know where to find what I need and know how to do that research, then you're pretty much on game, because there's going to be things that we're not going to be able to determine how they happen, why they happen, and if or not, if and when they happen, it sometimes some shit just fucking blows up in your face, and you're like, "Fuck!" It changes your whole reality. So at that
Yeah.
moment, you gotta like go back to the drawing board. And we're not always going to be prepared for everything, but the mentality is that regardless of what happens, we keep moving forward. That's to me is the
Of course.
mentality.
Of course. Fuck yeah. No doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
that's true, Jay Slaughter. You have to make sure, man, like if you have like people who have ammunition and all that, you have to make sure you're not useless with it, just shooting in the air.
Or even learn how to make ammunition.
Yeah.
It can be
Learn
made.
how to make it. That's why
Man,
I tell everybody, you gotta be prepared. Get some caltrops, throw them around your perimeters. But hey, you gotta create the hell mouth. If it came down to that shit, because if you like say Hangman, right? You got all these roosters and chickens. Man, you think people ain't gonna want to try to go and take that? Shit.
you know what? All this stuff has already been thought of,
Yeah.
and because I'm not one, and we all talk about it. Nobody just wants to talk a bunch of little papas or anything like that. But hey, man, like this shit goes over my mind every day, and things that I may or may
Yeah.
have to do. You know what I mean? And and I'll tell you, like there has been issues right here on my ranch where I have had to take care of business, and I'll leave it at that. So I will, moving forward, I know this, you know what I mean? And I speak with a really good friend of mine, and I've brought him up many a times right here on your show. Hey man, like we prepare, you know what I mean? And you got to know, if you're gonna have hardware, you got to know how to use it. You got to know when to take care of business, and and this is real deal shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that things never get out of hand, because bottom line is that I will take action, and I'll leave it at that.
It's not gonna get out of. I don't think it's gonna get out of hand anytime soon. If it does, though, you're ready. That's the good thing. Oh, that fool's making
sure.
snares, making a survival rabbit snare with a wire. I think they were saying that they don't like them using snares. Let me see. Hey, what was the name of that podcast? You said David Nino Rodriguez.
Nino Rodriguez.
No, I see one. It says
Ni-
David. It says David Nino Rodriguez though.
That's probably
yeah, Nino's Corner. He's a boxer.
Yeah.
Let me go to it right now.
No, I got it right here. David Nino Rodriguez.
Hey, check it out, ET. Check it out. Okay, he's a right leaning guy, but beyond that right leaning stuff that he speaks about, he brings a lot of great people that talk about far out great stuff. And actually, I wanted to reach out to you to be like, hey, man, you don't have to listen to these certain podcasts, but listen to some of this shit, man. Because this guy, he brings on a lot of far out good stuff, man. You know what I mean?
I seen something when he was talking about I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna trip on it. Explain the national park missing persons mystery, and he shows that's what when we're talking about the indigenous people missing, I really believe they're being abducted and eaten and shit. I really believe that shit. I'm gonna do an episode on that for the collective. I'm gonna do it's gonna be pre-recorded. And
Nice.
And I'm gonna have some stuff on there, and I'm gonna do that. And I encourage everybody, man, create episodes. We'll put it on.
And that's not far fetched, because like in certain countries, like tribal countries, like they'll if there's an albino, they'll try to eat the albino because they'll think that he has some or he or she has magical curative powers.
Yeah, that's known right there. Yeah. So
Hey, Smalls, OG Smalls. Do you know who I'm talking about? I see you right there in the chat. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, you know who he's talking about, Mike?
Well,
David
I
Nino
had heard.
Rodriguez.
What was the name again?
David Nino Rodriguez. It says once a top 10 WBC, WBA feared and ferocious, undefeated 36-0 heavyweight. Boxing contender and champion. I've turned to a different fighting arena, becoming a full-time truther. I'm the black sheep of broadcasting.
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, he could be a black sheep, man. I'm a black goat. You know what I mean? Let me see.
Hey, he, like I said, man, he brings a lot of cool fucking people on beyond like the right wing stuff that the right wing stuff that he believes in.
Yeah,
He brings a lot of other people on. You know, like it's fucking far out shit, dude. Like, you know, it's really fucking cool, man. I'm actually subscribed to his you know, where I pay for his online subscription. And I find that I'm very entertained, and I know I just enjoy his content. So I would advise everybody to give him a thought, and if you like it, cool. If not, then you know you move on. It's all good, you know.
Yeah, I subscribe to it.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna check him out.
Nice.
There's this other dude, man. There's a lot of people out there that are doing it right, but I think they're doing it just to be YouTubers, and none of them ever actually went out there and try to find these creatures and shit.
Yeah, he actually just came out on, and I think we've all spoken about it. I don't know about it on the collective. I think it's been mentioned. Soft white underbelly. Yeah, he actually came out on his podcast about a week ago. So that's pretty cool that we're talking about it right now, because you know he came out on that platform, which is, you know, pretty big. But if you guys are interested in knowing about him, go to Soft White Underbelly to, you know, get the gist of where this guy's coming from, and he'll tell you his life story. You know what I mean? And it's pretty gnarly. He's actually a pretty cool dude. You know what I mean?
Hey, you guys heard of that dude? What's his name? 607 Unk. You heard of him, Frank?
No. Well, I mean, maybe I've seen him, but I don't know.
You. If you see him, you're gonna be like, "Oh hell yeah, this fool right here." I think he used to be with on Nelly and them, didn't he?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he was Nelly. He's a trip though. I be tripping on that fool. He's funny as fuck. When it comes to a lot of that, I look at different things, man. Let me see some other people over here. Let me find them. Let's see if I can find it. Hey, but sometimes there be people talking. There's this one dude. I'm like, nah, fool, you talking something? You're not convincing, dude. I mean, you might convince all these people, but you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I kind of stay away from certain podcasts like those, because I honestly think that, you know, you can convince people with like pseudo psychology, pseudoscience. It sounds good. You know, you could use a lot of legalese and make it like conform it to where it sounds coherent, but then if you go to the practice of it, if you go to the background or the resources behind it, then you're like, wait a minute, this is not, you know, even comparable to how it was mentioned or how it was talked about on certain podcasts. And I think that, you know, it is important to be able to see, if you're going to be interested in the topic, you got to look at it from every other person's point of view, not just the ones that you agree with, because like I told you yesterday, ET, that's where you find, like, in the middle of all of that is where you find the truth, right? In the middle of all of that, of all those opinions, the things that are, you know, that everyone can agree on, that's the fact.
Yeah, it's like when a lot of people get on here and they be like, oh yeah, you're this, you're that. Like, don't talk about something you don't know about. Don't talk about it from a Catholic or Christian point of view, or don't talk about it from a different certain religious point of view, because you're gonna get their point of view. Go into whatever you're talking about and look at the real deal. Don't be limited to one fucking book. Go in and look at everything. You got to look at everything all the way around. I was gonna say something, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But hey, yeah, he's from St. Louis.
But you just have to have multiple sources, you know?
Yeah, of course, you have to have multiple sources. But like when you get these fools be like, oh, he believes this, he believes that. I mean, The
Yeah.
literature's there. The literature's there. I mean, the literature is there. I have my own writings. You know what I mean? It's like, but I don't. Man, whatever. Fuck these fools. Yeah, he's from St. Louis. Yeah, I know who he is, Primo. Okay. They got underground cities people don't know about. Shit, I want to go to an underground city. Go fight with the reptilians.
Hey,
Go
Frank.
fight with enemy mine.
Is Mike here? Is he?
Yeah,
talking?
Mike, can you hear us? No, he can't. He's muted. Mike, can you hear us?
Hey, Frank.
What's up?
I was gonna ask you, like, I think you're gonna have to, like, you maybe interview that dude with the motorcycle right there that passes on your guy, bro. You know what I mean? Go, hey, bro, like, we all want to know, like, my team wants to know who you are. What's up, you know?
You know what it is? It's like every time I'm on, huh? He passes by. He's sort of like us with fucking Joker and shit.
Hey, dude, I'm pretty sure it's cool dude, man.
No, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's more than one, fool. It's more than one.
Okay. Is there a lot of motorcycles down there?
Yeah, there's a lot of motorcycle use down here.
Okay. How about any scooters?
Just the
Mike,
neon
can you
type.
hear us? Mike.
Spider.
Moni, let me see. Oakland Everything said, Oakland Everything said, Moni was talking about missing indigenous women. Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right.
Yeah, she was talking about that Oakland Everything, but I'm gonna talk my take on that. I'm gonna talk about what I believe as far as certain things that happen like that. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on out that people don't know. I mean,
You know what I
because-
think? You know what I think too? I think that some of them are being targeted by ICE.
Yeah, they
'Cause
could be.
they've gotten some. Like they've gone into some of the reservations and they've gotten people. Like ICE has done that. So
Yeah,
if they're
they went over there,
profiling, if they're profiling, you know, and some natives look very much like Latinos. Like we've got a lot of
Yeah.
similarities.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know
That's
what? You know
funny,
what, Frank? You know, honestly, man, like, you know, the Northern brothers up here, and I think I may have brought this up before, you know, like, it's just like, you know, with, you know, when you're down south and, you know, like Mexicans don't want to be looked at as Guatemalans or somebody from El Salvador. They're like, I'm not this, I'm not that. And when I speak to a Northern brother, I'm like, hey, are you Mexican? They're like, I'm not Mexican. It's weird. Like, they're like, you know, the way I look at it, and I might be wrong. You guys can correct me. You know, I brought this terminology up before. You know, like, there's blue nose pit, there's the brindle pit, there's red nose pit. You know what I mean? There, you know, we're all cousins, brother. We're all cousins. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't get mad if somebody says, "Go ahead."
When it comes to all that, I really don't care.
Yeah,
about
no,
none of that
but what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That they mistake them for. Yeah, I know. I know
what I'm
saying.
saying, Hangman, is that ICE profiles them, and even if they say, "But wait a minute, I'm Native American," but wait a minute, I'm from this reservation, because they look a certain way, because they look to their eyes, right? To their eyes, they're Mexican, and if that's the way they see them, that's it. Like, well, you can't do shit.
Yeah, that's it.
And so, like, you know, piggybacking off of what you're saying, piggybacking off what you're saying, like, that's interesting and that's unfortunate. And if you can send me, like, you know, the links of where you're seeing that, because I haven't seen that, you know, personally on my own, and I'd really like to see where you're getting that. You know, obviously I believe you. You know what I mean? So, like, send me that stuff, man. Like, you know,
he said that's what he thinks going on. It's like. What I
okay,
think
gotcha.
Going on, like, what I think is there's like we got all these cities, right? Everything in the city is going on, but when you leave that boundary from the city, there's a lot of shit that goes on in the nighttime. I believe there's a lot of things that come out, and they could do that same thing. They get profiled because a lot of them they're going to consider them Mexican. They kidnap them, they take them.
Just so you know, there's a Native News Online. That's the name of the publication, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with Native Americans. And it says, this is from January 25th, 2025. It says, Navajo citizens facing identity challenges during ICE deportation raids.
So there is, I'm not just like talking out my ass. What I'm telling you is that that's how these fools operate. Like they're trying to make numbers. Like they have to get arrest numbers. And if they can get people that they can profile and make them look a certain way, they're gonna do it.
They're
Even
taking
if
them.
at the end of the day they let them go, even if at the end of the day they release them after a couple of weeks, the fact is that they're profiling them and they're getting arrested, even if they get released later on.
Yeah. Like Born in East LA, when they took Cheech.
Yeah.
Snagged his little ass. They didn't give a fuck. Hey, get your ass over here.
Hey, I put it. Hey, I put it in the chat, in the private chat. I put the link right there, Hangman. So you
Okay,
can
okay.
check
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was. Hey, Frank, I never insinuate that you're, talking papas like you don't know what you're talking about. So for sure, like, I was asking you genuinely, like, hey, man, send me some
listen,
information so I can understand.
I like to find sources, though. You already know. So
For sure. No, for sure, man. I got you, brother.
So I hate internet simps. Yeah, but I believe when it comes down to it, there's a lot of shit going on. I mean, every religion talks about the shit. I mean,
Too much going on, brother. Too much.
I don't believe in devils and demons and like externalized entities like that.
Yeah.
But I think that what people call demons, I think they're really like some kind of creatures that come up. They come up out of caves or wherever the fuck they come from, and they'll snag your ass and take you and disappear forever. But at the same time, you do got a lot of shit that happens. Like Frank said, them fools will get you. They'll take you. I mean, if I was somewhere, man, they'll probably try to snag me up. I'm like, no, we're gonna run you. Like, damn.
Ask for your CDC number.
Hey, they're gonna be with your CDC number, eh? I'm gonna be like,
I don't know. Thankfully out here, man, like I haven't had to, when I go into town, like I live about 15 miles from a certain little town called Lake Los Angeles. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have not. You know what I mean? And I went into town and, I've heard some of the Mexican internationals, some of the paisitas, they're like, hey, they're telling me like, ICE is in town. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I don't,
Frank.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Crazy. You know what I mean? And, so it's like when I hear this stuff coming from you guys and I'm not having to deal with that, I'm just tripping like, what the fuck? I just personally never had to deal with that. And I look Mexican as fuck, straight up. Like I think we spoke about this maybe a week or two ago at my job over here, the paisas that I work with, they're like, hey, dude, this guy don't fucking know Spanish. He's fucking Mexican, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know I look Mexican, but, I'm not personally scared of getting taken from nobody, honestly. You know what I mean? And honestly, like me and my buddy, we talk. I'm like, I hope I get taken because from what I understand, if you're American and you get taken, you're going to get a settlement of some type. So I'm like, hey, dude, I'll kick back in the jail for a couple of days and get $15,000. I don't know if that's true or not, but I doubt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so just because I see some of the comments here, like for example, Torta Pounder said, didn't the Obama administration? Yeah, so every administration has deported people, but like I always say, it's not necessarily what you do, it's how you do it. I think that there is a difference with how this administration is doing it to the previous administration. And I'm not saying that it's less, I think it's a little less humane, and I think it's a little more confrontative the way they're doing it now. And it goes back, and if once again, I yesterday in my live yesterday, I was talking about how immigration acted during the 80s. And during the 80s, there were a lot of, and if you guys, I'm sure Mike, I don't know if you can hear me, but those of you that were around in that time will remember that immigration used to go to factories, they used to go to businesses. If they saw you on the street, they would profile. So it's very similar to how they did it in the 80s. During the 90s and the 2000s, you didn't see ICE really out there. Well, what we call ICE now. You didn't see them out there like patrolling the streets and just arresting anybody and stopping cars and having shootouts and shit. You didn't see that. I mean, you can talk about numbers of deportation. What I'm talking about is that there is a difference in how shit is being handled, and that is a reality. Like there is a change in how it's being done. Now, whether But yeah, I think all governments, they don't give a fuck, and they're gonna racial profile to their benefit. You know, they're gonna do it
Yeah.
for the votes. They're gonna try to get people in their pocket. Like if they can get the racists in their pocket, and those racists have money, then they'll do all of this shit. So it to each his own.
You know what, Frank? I understand, and I don't. I'm honestly, man, like I don't take one side or the other because, like, every day, like I said, like I was telling you guys, I'm just dealing with myself every day, trying to deal with survival. But I think a lot has to do with social media, and also, because people have phones now, and what the media, shows you, like Fox News. We'll start with Fox News. CNN, MSNBC. It's what that idiot box that shows everybody is what majority of the people are going to go along with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it goes both ways. That's why,
of course. That's why I bring Fox News up first. That's why I bring Fox News up because I don't like Fox.
No,
you know what I mean? I don't.
I don't want none
We
of
need
that
to be.
shit.
That's why we need to be above like that shit because like if you stick to like identity politics, that's exactly how they get their way. If you're going at people because of how they think, how they live, instead of voting for like, wait a minute, like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, are you guys gonna protect the consumer? Are you guys gonna have like a healthy fucking grid or like
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna reboot.
Yeah,
Okay.
or
My
will
phone
you have
jacking
will
up.
you make concessions so that there's always like water available? Like those are the things that people should be thinking about, and I think it all gets lost in the identity politics of
Yeah,
it.
hell yeah, it does. Look, Raider Rich said, nah, they're going after people who missed their immigration court date. I never thought about that. Hey, I never thought about that. When you see people get rolled up on
Oh, we know
immigration.
that.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
I
know
never
that.
thought about
that's
that
part
shit.
of it. But then there's
Yeah.
also people that are like in the
And hey,
process
that's on
and then
them.
and then they just
Yeah.
cancel the process. They're like, fuck your process.
Yeah, it was called INS. Yeah,
Frank,
hey, I mean,
let me ask you this.
that's on
Let me
them.
ask you this, Frank. Frank, let me ask you this.
So
Down in El Salvador, and again, man, like I'm telling you right now, like for me, I just care about going to work, right here in America, back and forth, surviving. You know, I I don't have time to care about this side or the other. I just have to go do my things so that way, I can feed my family, so to speak. But with that being said, what do they do with immigrants in your state? Do they let them stay? Do they let them take advantage of, um, you know, the, the, what do they call it? The help that the state gives. Are they welcoming? Do they kick them out? I'm not sure. Can you elaborate on that? Because I know, like in Mexico, like I see videos of the Mexican government kicking everybody out that's not from Mexico, and even the Mexican people kicking everybody that's not from Mexico out of Mexico. So I'm just wanting to know how it operates down in El Salvador.
yeah, I think it's like a what you just described is like a very it's not like a very huge scope of it because Mexico's big, bro. And there are some communities that have accepted and where you have, especially like because like Honduras and certain countries are like right on the border, like they've been able to compenetrate and have societies amongst each other. So like for example, now if you're talking about like how immigration works down here, I mean immigration works the same way everywhere. You have to have your papers, you have to be able to come in and do all of these things. I think that, and if you're not, if you don't have your papers ready, whatever, they will deport you. That's anywhere where there's an immigration process or a department put into place. They're always going to make sure that everyone's there has gotten in there through the right passage. Now, the only thing is that to come to El Salvador, you don't need like a visa. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same process to enter El Salvador or to enter China, for example. So every country has a different process, has a different way of working. For example, asylum requests, because a lot of the asylum, like how many people you can have in your country, or you have to have in your country that are like asylum seekers, those are all the things that are like talked about like in the UN and in the international courts. So it really all comes down to the individual country and their particular immigration process. But obviously, the immigration process is put into place as a filter, right? There are laws around it, just like in any other country. And if you violate those laws, you will get deported. I mean, that's how it is.
Right. That's the reality. I understand that. You know.
Look, I'm gonna play this scene right here when they kidnap Cheech. Look.
Fucking Steve.
Look at him, man. That fool burned out.
Fucking Steve. Don't get distracted.
I mean, the fact that they made a movie about this was because that's how it was. Like, that was a hot topic.
Oh, yeah, that's why they make movies. Look. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, I'm American, motherfucker. What the fuck?
Not again. I don't believe. Hey, wait a minute. Wait and go with my people. Wait a minute now.
Get over there on the bus.
Listen, I got papers on every one of these
we'll
people.
have to see 'em
Just
first.
step up. Wait a minute. Move. Come on. Think we got him all?
Yes, sir, we got him.
Let's move him out.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Shut that thing off.
This shit right here.
Well, what we got here? Looks like a bean in a bean bag. Finish carte de verde?
Huh?
Where's your green card?
I don't got a green card, man.
Where were you born?
What?
Read my lips, Il Figo. Where were you born?
I was born in East L.A., man.
You were born in East LA, huh? And who's the president of the United States?
That was the cowboy guy on TV. The guy was on Death Valley days. I was John Wayne.
Get him out of here.
I'm an American citizen. I demand to see my... I'm not getting on the goddamn bus. Get your hands off me.
You're wiping me out of business. I got 15, 20 orders. I gotta have food there, you know? I don't know what else to do. It ain't easy to dig up 100, 110, 115 guys here every day. It ain't easy, you know? This is a lot of bullshit. You're gonna have to give me a break. Oh, no. Give me a... Where you taking...
Said that
Why did
movie
you
was
sit
ahead
here?
of its time.
Well, this is bullshit,
Classic.
you hear? Look at this place. It's like a goddamn morgan here. 1 hour ago, I had
Who's that right
115
now?
good people. Well, they cleaned me up, those bastards. That's the third time in 6 months. Okay? El Busto. They took them all away. Hasta la bye-bye.
Look at all Busto.
Señor, yo nomás quiero saber dónde están los muchachos que trabajan aquí porque mi primo...
It's a raid! You get it? La migra.
Ah, la migra.
Exactamento. Give this man a rubber tortilla. Hey, by the way, you think maybe you got 100 friends ain't got nothing to do tomorrow? Okay, I'll tell you what, pal. I got a few phone calls to make, and then I got to lock up. You want to wait outside here? You want to wait outside? Out.
I'm an American! I want the bell on high, you idiots! What are you looking
I
at?
got kidnapped.
A pocho. And a pocho pendejo at that.
Fuck yeah, take that.
Me llamo Jose Negron. Welcome to the back of the bus.
Yeah, well, I won't be here long. As soon as I get these fuckers to stop, I'm out of here. Ooh, good luck. These guys don't listen too good. Sabes que la cagada que tienen en la cabeza les está tapando los oídos. Maybe the shit they have in their head is clogging up their ears. Well, what happens next? Pues we take a nap, and when we wake up, we'll be at the border. Then they take us off the bus, and then we buy a beer and we figure out how to be back by Monday. Shit.
Hey, that was classic, man. They said it was ahead of its time.
Fucking Cheech. I named one of my girls, my dog. Her name's Chi-Chi. She's fucking cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, come back out of that shit. Hey, shout out to everybody up in the chat.
What's up, Taco Sting? I
What's
see
up
you.
with it? See you, Taco.
Taco,
Sting.
we love you. Big time Taco. Oh yeah. Taco's a shit, bro. Like, he's a fucking real one. Taco's a fucking real one, dude. I love Taco.
It's my friend right there.
Oh yeah. She. Hey, so where did Mikey go? Fighter.
I think he's having phone issues.
Yeah. This
Oh,
Friday,
man.
Friday. Let everyone know Friday battle boxes. That's the night it pops off on Fridays. So everybody who got some, go over there.
Hey, check it out, ET. Like, if anybody wants to talk to me, they can talk to me. But if you're gonna just come blabber like fucking Wonka or fucking whoever,
We're gonna promote that over there. We're not even saying nobody's names over here.
okay. And no names mentioned. If anybody wants to talk to me, we can talk. You know, like, I'm a gentleman. We can talk about it. You know, every time you say something to me, I'm gonna step back and elaborate. If I can answer,
Promote it though. When we
do
go
it.
live tomorrow, all week we're gonna promote it. I'm just throwing it out there for people in the chat right now. We're gonna lead it up. We're gonna lead it up and shit. And so we'll go ahead and put shorts and all that shit out. But hey, I mean, we know you're there, Hangman. We know you're there.
Always,
Last Friday,
dude.
man, everybody went ahead. Last Friday, a lot of people got their little mental orgasm. Tension, charge, discharge, relaxation. Let it go back up. Let it go back up. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look, man, I'm gonna be like, I'm not one to like get all like back and forth and shit, you know what I mean?
Fuck.
That's not my style, but you know, hey, it was battle boxes, you know, and fuck it. You know?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Hey, see, look. So another thing, like, I said it before. Frank knows, everybody knows, man. So when we came in, we just said, you know what? Let's do this. It gives everybody an avenue to go ahead and just go over there. You don't gotta do it on your. I mean, just go over there and just fuck it and that fuck whatever.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead and release. F you, fuck you, whatever.
Yeah, just shit talking. I mean, it's just shit talking, you know.
Just shit talking.
But you get whatever you want off your chest. Like, you just let
Exactly. You get it off for the night, and then you're cool. You're cool for until Monday and shit. No?
Yeah. So
Let
festers
that
up
shit build
again.
Let it build. Yeah, exactly. Get it off that night, and that's it.
Hey.
So yeah, Friday. Everybody who was in here Friday, we'll do it again.
Hey, but that.
Hey, ET, Battle Box is going to go somewhere, ET. I mean, you know, I see, it started with like, 20, 40 people right there, 80 people watching. It's going to grow.
I had an intro. I'm also doing a little intro and all that shit. Yeah.
It's going to grow, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You know?
People go there and they just get shit off their chest.
That'd be cool if fucking, you know,
everybody up in the chat per turn. Super said, damn, that was Carlos from Blood In, Blood Out. LOL.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen, you know what? I'm gonna watch that movie again, man. I haven't seen Born in East LA. Damn. I don't even remember.
It's like I
while.
shared, like, yesterday I shared a clip of a movie from 1982, and the one of the actors is the one that played fucking the dude that gets killed in Blood In, Blood Out, like the main shot caller.
Yeah.
What's his name in the movie?
In Blood In, Blood Out. Oh man,
what's the name
anybody
of
remember the main dude?
Yeah, the main dude that gets killed by the dude with the afro pig.
Yeah,
What's
that's
his name?
um.
Okay, well, anyways, but he's in that movie, man. He was young as fuck. Like all of these actors were in a bunch of like
Montana.
yeah, that guy. They were in a bunch of B movies, a bunch of B movies back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of them fools are a lot of them fools are no B
Yeah,
movies.
a lot of
You see
them.
them later on. Yeah, Montana. There you
AT.
go. Yeah.
AT. Did you ever see a movie called Angel Town from the 80s?
Angel Town? Nah. Not that I
How
can
about
recall.
you,
Let me look it
Lucas?
up.
Was it one of those Victory Outreach ones, like Duke of Earl?
It was a movie where they showed a bunch of B movie gangsters, fucking
Okay.
Mexican.
I think
Hey,
so.
check it out, ET, right now.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
trying
it
to
was
look it
big. It
up. Hold
came out in
on.
the fucking theater. It came out in the fucking theater, but it was a fucking weak ass fucking low budget like Colors movie. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
B movie type shit. Hey, check it out, bro. Fucking Joker would have fucking been the star of that motherfucker.
Hey,
Trust me.
Yeah. I can't.
there's one with Keanu Reeves that where he's like with some
Yeah. He went to the high school, and
yeah
the homework came over from East Los and blah blah. That was a fucking
yeah
cool movie. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. It was
little
cool.
puppet
It wasn't all
little
that,
puppet.
like
No,
but it was cool.
no, the dude from VGV. What's his name?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, from Boulevard Nights.
Chuco.
yeah, yeah. Chuco. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
a
came
fucking
out
cool
in that
movie.
movie.
Okay.
I'll watch that shit.
I'm
Somebody
trying
in
to.
the chat's gonna know.
Anybody know about Angel Town? We're gonna
Somebody
get
has
another
to know.
10
I know.
minutes.
I remember Popeye said he knew.
Yeah, Paterma, I think
Yeah.
that's what it was called. Lost Angels is the one I think I'm talking about. It's called
Oh,
Lost
Lost
Angels.
Angels? Okay, let me see.
I
Yeah, because
think
Angel
so.
Town, something else coming up with Angel Town. So it's some dude right there, like with boxing gloves
some
and shit.
some Triple X movie, Angel Town.
Hey,
Hey,
some other
Daniel.
shit.
Hey, dude,
Hey,
check it out. That fucking shit. That shit was fucking. It came out in the fucking movies. Like it was like fucking Jean Claude Van Damme. There was some fruity fucking guy like that, and then he went against the gangsters. It was fucking
okay,
fake as
yeah,
fuck. It was
that
funny.
was it. Yeah, he looks like a little karate dude.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah. And I didn't know that was it. Okay, shit. Oh man, little karate.
It was so fucking corny. Hey, check it out, ET. Hey, dude, I fucking told fucking Joker, hey, dude, you would have been fucking prized for that fucking movie to be the star for that shit. Check that movie out. You'll fucking laugh all day at it. And who else was it? Fucking Little Puppet was in there from American Me. He was also in it.
Okay. He came out a lot of like little B movies also, huh?
Oh, big time B movie, straight up, big time B movie.
Yeah. Let me see which one, but I know you're talking about Pattern. Damn. I'll put it up next time, man, because we about to be. We got like about 10 more minutes up in here, man. So let me see Pattern. Shout out to Pattern, Jay Slaughter, everybody
Hey,
up in
the,
here.
the other one, the one I'm talking about, ET. But when you get a chance, bro, you don't got to put it up. But it's called Brotherhood of Justice. It's with Keith.
Good movie.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that one has some homies in it too.
Brotherhood.
It was fucking better than Angel Town, that's for sure.
Nah, Angel Town seems a little weird. This one right
It's
here?
fucking weird as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, that movie. They're
Oh, okay. This one
look
right
at that
here.
scene. That scene right there. Yeah, that one.
Let's look at this scene.
We got company.
We got company.
Relax, boys. They're not bothering us. Not yet. Told you this was a stupid idea. Shut up, Scotty.
Hey, I like your car, man.
Thanks.
Want to trade?
Think
Not
of who
tonight,
it is.
pal. See that driveway coming up over there?
Yeah?
That's where we stop, eh?
Yeah? For what?
Because I asked you real nice, right?
Do what he says.
Are you nuts?
Do it, Mule. crazy? Huh.
Ah.
You go to Santa Lucia, right? Football player, quarterback.
That's right. You go there too?
Last year. I seen you play. You're pretty good, man.
Thanks.
So what did you come here for, quarterback?
A friend's bike was stolen. Big Roadster red. We're looking for it.
So why'd you come here, man? You think I stole it?
We don't know who stole it. We're just looking, that's all.
You think a Mexican stole your friend's bike?
I saw the guy.
Oh, you saw the guy.
That's right.
Why didn't you stop him, man?
He was too far away.
But you saw him, right? He had black, greasy hair, huh? And brown skin. And he was wearing chinos and his shoes were real shiny, right? He has some tattoos, man? Maybe a big snake wrapped around a cross?
Yeah. And he was stuffing down a taco and he had chili sauce dripping on his shirt, you know what I mean?
Hey, taco stain.
Go home, quarterback.
And if we don't?
Then we're gonna run a helicopter, take you to 3,000 feet, and drop you like a sack of sewage. We don't know nothing about no motorcycles, man. And we don't need no white boys playing cops. Go back to Santa Lucia, quarterback. And don't come back here. Unless you come as my friend. Get out of here, man.
Oh yeah. Dude,
Yeah, that's that old school shit.
Yeah, that's colored right there, and they're over there dancing and shit. What's up, Loco Monstro? I saw this in Eastlake Juvenile Hall, and the irony was when he gets busted, he was at Eastlake. That's my, that's right.
What movie was that again?
Sendars. Huh?
What movie was that?
Damn, forgot the name of it. Let me see.
It's
It
called
was
Brotherhood of Justice.
Brotherhood of Justice, yes.
But you know, all of those white kids in that car, spoiler alert, what they do is they create like a gang against like cholos. that's what it is. That's the Brotherhood of Justice.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of Justice. They're ready to
I remember when Born in UCLA came out, that shit was funny.
Oh yeah.
A lot of those white boys in that car actually became fucking some, you know, stars in a couple of movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them, not all, but especially Keanu Reeves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goddamn Brotherhood of Justice.
Oh yeah.
It's the Born in East LA would crack me up when Paul Rodriguez was all praying to the Virgin Mary or the.
Oh
and then
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was watching the exercise channel or something. He was like, "Oh, forgive me, forgive me."
Yeah, that was true.
That's when Paul Rodriguez was young.
Yeah, hell yeah, he was real young right
Hey,
there.
hey, did you know Paul Rodriguez? You know, he was actually raised in fucking Compton. He was right there from the fucking. I forgot what, you know, because Compton has a lot of neighborhoods, but he was right there raising. I forgot what neighborhood he was raising, but he was raising one of the fucking in the hard hitting hoods right there. You know, I don't remember, but he's right there, definitely raising something. Yeah, for sure.
I think he used to mention that in his early in his career, his stand up. I think Pico Rivera or something like that. I think.
No, I seen it in a documentary. He, you know, he was right there. Like, you know, I'm from here. Like this, I don't know. You know, I'm not gonna mention neighborhoods, but you know, he definitely was from one of the heavy hitting neighborhoods in you know, Compton. You know what I mean? You know, which was really cool for him to, you know, be able to share that, you know, one of these documentaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like they say that fool Shea, whatever his name is, the one from the Transformers, fucking Wiki.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
from
well, hey, oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely from a reputable area. That's for damn sure. You know.
but is he, because I mean I guess they gave him like coverage, huh? Like they cover for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know who Conejo is, right? The
Yeah.
rapper.
Uh-huh.
You know where he's from.
Yeah.
He got his back. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah.
always thought it was bullshit.
No, it wasn't. Nah, me too at the beginning, but after like all the verification, like, damn, right on, cool,
I think he got a tattoo. Like about just a few years back. What show was he? He did like what the hell was it? Like not an Oprah Winfrey show, like anyways, a little interview, and the guy was asking him about it, and he said, so did you have to get jumped in? Because it was like later he was older, and he was saying, nah, he goes, I got to pass him that because we're all older, but fucking he rolls with him, and he was showing some pictures where he was all fucking partying and shit, and he got a tattoo,
Apple started game banging after being a millionaire. He started game banging. That's crazy,
right? It was kind of crazy.
Hey, dude. Hey, some people get walked in like that. Some people. You know what I mean?
I see people they wanted to be from a gang when they were 18 already. Starting at 18 years old, they want to start tring to be a gangbanger shit.
I think did he get like kind of blackballed from Hollywood because he started just doing like his own thing and stuff, right?
He became really bizarre and fucking doing his own thing, like you just said. So, they were like, he didn't get the love
Like
that most would. You know what I mean?
He had an he has an alcohol problem, I think, because he gets crazy. Like he'll be like in like Germany trying to like get down with people on the street and shit. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Well, then also because in my perspective, because he has the backing of who we were just talking about, he just gets ballsy. You know what I mean? And I ain't saying that's right, but I think that's kind of what happened. Also, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because just a few months ago, he got in trouble for the Mardi Gras. He was over there, something like that, and the people got video. They someone like tried to push up on him, and he fucking cracked the guy, or something happened. Then he split, but he got arrested and then released. And that was part of the interview that the person was doing with them. It was a weird setting. It looked like a front room that they were doing the interview, but like a big kind of front room because mid sentence he's talking with the guy interviewing him, and he mid sentence he gets up and just kind of walks to the guy's refrigerator, opens it up, and there's a couple of brews in there. So he grabs a brew and he cracks it, takes a drink, and he comes sit back down on the couch, and it's like, what the hell? You're doing the interview at this dude's house, and you just walked up like Jip pad, and mid, it was kind of bizarre.
Oh. Hey, let me. I'm just gonna go off topic right now, but hey, Spider, how you doing, brother? How's everything been? How's you and your girls? How's the familia? How you doing, brother? Like that the whole ET crew is right here behind you, and I think about you sometimes, and I'm like, hey, I hope the homeboy's all right. And every time I see you in the chat, I'll spit it out right there, Spider. I see you see me. I put all the spider emojis out with like a, the strong arm sign or like a fist or something like that, and that's just me showing respect to you, bro. And hope you're doing well. And hey, dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, Spider Mike, like you brought like a whole different aspect to what with my perspective on what's been going on here with the ET crew, and you were like a shot in the dark in a positive way, bro. So like you really have fucking brought some fucking light to the subject over here. So long story short, brother, I just hope you're doing well. Hope you and your family are doing well, and we love you over here. We got your back. It is how it is, G. You know what I mean?
Love you back, man. I appreciate it. Shit, I can't like I said, I can't express this so much in words. That all the love, you know what I mean. Every time you, like you said, you see that we're up in the chat, you're like, hey, what's going on? With the little muscle sign, all that good stuff. Everybody, I don't type too fast sometimes on the phone. My big thumb gets in the way, but I gotta learn how to do it where I could just a lot faster, so I can put down like everybody real fast. But yeah, much love back, man. To be 100% honest, like today, last couple of days been okay, and just going through some stuff, but today was kind of rough for some reason. I don't know. I was trying to shake it, and just like come on, man, but it's strange. It seems like still like kind of like like sometimes you have an argument with your girl, or whatever, and then whether you go out and do some yard work or give yourself a couple hours to cool out, and then you come back in and if you're eating dinner or preparing dinner or something like that, and then you either talk about it or just water under the bridge kind of thing. Today it just seemed like that's what was going on, and then I'm like, nah, it's not. I'm not gonna. So, but just shaking it, little by little.
Yeah.
But today,
Hey,
we just
man.
look.
Hey, Mike. I just want you to to know that we're constantly, at least you're constantly in my thoughts and prayers, man. Shout out to you, bro, and God bless you. I know it's tough times, bro, and I can't even comprehend what you're going through, but I know that you're doing the best you can. That's all anyone can hope for, man, is that you do the best you can. Like, don't beat yourself up too hard if there's things that you can't get done, especially right now, man. Just do what you can, like what matters, the priorities. If it's spending time with your daughters, listening to them, talk if they need to talk, that might be the priority. But don't be too harsh on yourself if you can't get around to doing a lot of things, or if sometimes you don't feel like doing anything. Like, it's normal, it's natural to go through that. So, man, hey, my love and respect to you, bro, and to your family. I'm gonna jump off because we're almost done too. But hey, shout out to you,
Thank you,
to your
Frank.
family.
I appreciate
Hangman,
it,
talk
Frank.
to you soon, bro. Hey, ET,
sure.
catch you guys all tomorrow, man. Take care.
Oh yeah, appreciate you.
Be
Oh, yeah,
well.
shout out to Spider Mike, Hangman Stranger. Appreciate everybody who came through. We're gonna do the collective again. We're gonna get back on track again. Just this week, a lot of shit was going on, so we'll take care of everything. Be
Thank
doing
you
more
again, Hangman and
collectives.
Frank, everybody in the chat.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm start doing pre-recorded video. Hell yeah, man, all the time, Mike. We're about to
Hey,
wrap it
ET,
up right now. Yeah, go ahead.
as soon as you're done, if you got 5 minutes, give me a quick call. Not even 5 minutes, like 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna run some by you, see if it's a good idea.
All right,
All right, bro.
I'll let you know, man. I'll get at you on right now. I'm gonna get down. All right, homeboy. You have a good one, man.
All right.
Hangman Stranger, appreciate you.
All right, check it out, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say my goodbyes. Much love to ET. Much love to Spider Mike. Much love to Ticas. Much love to the chat. Appreciate all the support for you guys that you guys do for ET and the crew right here. ET, can't be stopped. We do what we do. It is how it is. On that note, sleep well. Much love and respect. Talk to you guys on another note. A rato.
All right, Mike. I'll get you right now, homie. Appreciate you, man. Hey, appreciate everybody coming through. Much love and much respect. Shout out to Taco Stain, Ramiro, Ghost, Paterm, Hangman Stranger, Mike, Frank. Let me see. Loco Monstro, OG Smalls. Excuse me. We go back Sooners. Hell yeah. Ghost, Egyptian Lover. Everybody who came through, open everything. See me in here earlier. Oh man, anyways, everybody, man, much love and respect. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate everybody. We're gonna keep doing what we do. Let's get it.
Our time today has come to an end, but the journey isn't over yet. Remember, folks, stay curious, stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all else, take care of yourselves out there. Until we meet again on Exposed Tube Collective AM. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.